So did I. I do believe there was an extended rant about that topic.
You were more vocally sweary than I was for a change, which was interesting.
I
felt Bill Gates could take that thing and shove it right up his fucking ass.
Okay, we're live.
Perfect timing, eh? Well, there's a reason why this is a mature channel.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh my. All right.
So we got a new subscriber here, eh?
Yeah.
MFC2TX.
Marion.
Marion.
They call themselves, so.
Mariam?
Yep, Marion. Like
Marion.
Marion.
Marion, yeah. Or Marion Morrison?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Okay, cool.
Pronouns not defined.
Nope, and I don't think they answered me when I asked pronouns. So. But that's okay, that happens. There was a lot of chatter in that stream, so.
It was a very chatty stream. It was a lot of fun. And, shout out to anybody who supported us in that time. The current Kickstarter total is $4,642 of a $3,690 goal. So we are just over $350 shy of our first stretch goal, which is audiobooks. So thank you for all the support, everyone out there.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations.
Da, 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 da. I mean, come on, this shit needs an audiobook, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
needs one.
I'd rather see you get to $7,500 though.
Yeah, full out audiobook professional reader with licensed or commissioned music. You bet.
Oh yeah. I could think of a couple people for music and a couple people for the speaking. And I mean, one in particular for the speaking because you already talked about getting him anyway.
Well, I'd like to get Kahuna. It would be cool.
Yeah.
I think he'd do a great job of it. I think he's the right voice.
Hopefully he's part of the Actors Guild.
Yeah, the guys insist that I hire somebody who's part of the guild, so he should go get part of the guild. And then I'll
play guild rates.
Yeah, and pay guild rates. That's right. Which I understand. I get that. On the other hand, I also want to support the community, so I really hope I can.
Yeah, I'm with her on that one too. I want to support the community too, but we have principles about our socialism around here.
True that. Well, you got to support the unions because if you don't, then they won't work. And then,
the working man has no power.
Bullshit like Amazon, monitoring how often you piss and how long it takes you to do. Which I cannot imagine a more offensive and invasive thing, and I would never tolerate it.
Yeah. And
that's a load of bullshit.
Yeah, well.
Someone wants to know about my bowel movements, I'll be more than happy to send them all of them.
There you go. Pretty much my feelings on the topic right there, yep.
I just found out that one of my fellow grads works for Amazon in management.
Oh, well, then you tell them that this is horseshit, and furthermore, it's a violation of human rights, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, we are rolling up on the hour.
All right.
And we have live mics, so.
What's that?
Yeah, I will start the music.
All right.
And I will mute the other stream.
Are you two streaming on us, Aaron?
Well, yeah, Esong's up.
I'm watching Esong because she's going to raid us.
Yeah.
Well, I'm triple streaming. I'm triple timing you.
So how is Stretch tonight?
Probably AFK at the moment since he hasn't responded to me either. You know, he's got to get his pizza.
You're right. Needs his pizza.
Hey, a man needs pizza.
Or Islam pastries.
And Garth Vader, nice to see you back in chat too.
Okay.
All right.
Turn down the music.
It actually was pretty quiet this time.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're on.
And good evening and welcome to Toy Soldiers Old School. This is episode 48, I believe it is. Yep. Which I am tentatively titling Targets of Opportunity. My name is Diane Morrison. I'm also known as Sable Aradia. I'm the creator of the Toy Soldiers Saga and the author of the soon-to-be coming out books, since we are indeed fully funded for book one, A Few Good Elves. Thank you very much for your support out there, guys. We're actually like $358 short of our first stretch goal, which is audiobooks. So that is really awesome, and I really appreciate the support, guys. Anyway, I play Celine Wintermist. She is a Marine captain who has been assigned command of the Voidchaser and its crew, who are these folks here. She's a young idealistic priestess of Arianrod, who joined the Navy and then the Marines in order to see the universe and see maybe if she could help some people out along the way. She was not expecting such a young command, and she was not expecting a war to suddenly be in the works. My and her pronouns are both she or they.
Okay. Chris.
I hear dingy things. Hello, E-Song. Welcome aboard.
Oh crap! I did my whole introduction while I was on mute. So, hi, I'm Chris. I play Arian. He's the grizzled older elf of the group. He's ex-enlisted, recently elevated to officer status, and currently serving as Marine Commander on board the Voidchaser. It's his job to keep these other youngsters alive, and our pronouns are he, him.
Yay. Blake.
I am Blake. I'll be playing the part of Crowley. He is a feline-like race of my own creation. The race is called the Phoenok. They live on a planet called Sphere. Very small, hard to get to place. And he's out on adventures with the crew and Yasma and enjoying himself. Didn't think he would, being almost conscripted. Yeah, that's the one. Into the Navy, but he's making the best of it and enjoying himself. And his pronouns are he, him, and so are mine.
Can I interrupt for a moment?
Yeah.
We don't have the Toy Soldiers logo up, I have noticed.
It got deleted somewhere. I can't find it.
Deleted?
I'm sure you have it. I just can't find it.
Must have. Yeah, I'll put it in online work.
Okay.
I will find it. Sorry, carry on.
Okay, Dawn.
Hi, I'm Dawn. I play Yasma Snowwind. I was a orphan. Turns out I've got family. Found my dad and sisters and brother, and it's crazy. I joined the Navy and going on all kinds of adventures and stuff like that. And my best friend here is Crowley, and of course I got a guy too. And our pronouns are she, her.
Okay, Brianna.
Hi, I'm Brianna, also known as Siobhan the Writer. There we go. I play Lilas Madrimlian. Please, just Madrimlian. He is a altruistic elf who's part of the Avalonian Imperial Navy out of family obligations, and he's working at creating his own division of the Navy for intelligence. His pronouns are he, they. Mine are she, her.
Okay, Gareth.
Hey, I'm Gareth, also Gareth Vader 121 on the internet. I'm the player of Ballock, who is a no-nonsense, now-android gunslinger who is just kind of sticking around with the party and seeing where this thing goes. Mine and his pronouns are he, him.
Okay, Rowan.
Hi, I'm Rowan. I play Von Vin Starsong. She's a happy-go-lucky druid who joined the Avalonian Imperial Navy to see the universe, fly on starseed ships, meet new creatures and people, and stab the occasion slaver in the groin. And she's discovered family and since transferred from the Navy to the Marines. She, her, and so are mine.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it seems like poor Von Vin hasn't had a chance to stab any slavers lately. We haven't found any.
That's true.
Yeah.
By the way, you'll find the logo where in the online work directory now, babe.
Okay, I'll look for it in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Aaron, known online as Aaron Ree, which is spelled exactly as it sounds, R-I-G-H. Alright, and I'm the game master, so I keep the story flowing, supposedly, and narrate the action to the players who help me create this world. I also play the part of Ruavel Sunfall, a character destined to become the father of the protagonist of the book that we are just releasing on our Kickstarter. Right? He actually is a major character in this book. Right? Well, in the first part of this book.
No, in the book.
Yeah.
In the book. He's a major character.
Yeah.
Sure. Provided, of course, he survives that long in this game, which, for all we know, this could be an alternate universe, right?
That is true. As Dress says, so better not kill them off in the game then.
I try not to kill characters when I happen to be the GM. I just try to make them wish they were dead. It's much more fun.
Oh yeah, fly free
Death
jailbird.
is not a punishment, it's a release.
But no guarantees.
And before we go on, Aaron, your pronouns and Ruvel's?
He, they. I'm not really particular.
It's for supper.
What was that, Ron?
Just don't call you
It's
late
not-
for supper.
Ah.
We are already out of coffee. This could be a problem. I'll have to go get some in a minute.
Well, shit sandwiches.
Anyway, I apologize if I look a little distracted today, gang. I am very tired today, and I'm just sticking it through. I've had to readjust my schedule, and I made a poor choice last night and stayed up late. I got distracted.
Yeah, I'm not that great myself today, but...
But we'll do it, because it's fun.
Yep.
And I'm, over-caffeinated, so it's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, let us begin, shall we?
We
Do
shall.
we have the
This could
intelligence
be a very
officer's
interesting
log?
game tonight.
It could be. It could be interesting, is right.
Intelligence officer's log.
You're overtired, Aaron's overtired, Chris is overtired. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Uh-oh.
Intelligence log supplemental. We have located the... we have just taken out 2 ships. And we are progressing on to see if there are more hiding. And boy, was that ever a fun combat, because, well, we had the ships take themselves out, actually. We just took out Area just took out the helmsman of one and let it crash into the other.
That was pretty much the end of the fight, yep.
Yep. Ramming generally does that.
Ramming does tend to kind of change the battleground, for sure.
Playing
Yep.
fields.
Yes, yes. Very interesting stuff. Anyway, yes. That's exactly where we were, weren't we? We were just picking up the pieces. We were rounding up what prisoners had survived.
Yep. Most of them have an amulet, so they're, holding their breath in space.
Right.
Right? The spin daisies are both totally destroyed.
Completely non-functional. That's inconvenient.
Non-functional. Yep.
Oh man, that is a waste.
Okay. And that means that the air went out like whoosh.
We better get back to our ship with these guys pretty quick then.
Yep.
Put them on a tow rope. I'm not even kidding. But
Nope.
Inertia in space
Yeah.
is a totally different thing. I wonder if we can break apart the pieces of the spin dizzy and take them back to be melted down or something.
Well, you
Star
can,
metal and mithril is not cheap.
That is true.
Yep.
Well, that's up to you, Captain. You want your engineer there, Lurik, to go in there and start dismantling?
Yeah, if they're broken, we might as well take them apart and see if we can bring them back.
Okay.
If they're not, if he thinks they can be repaired, then we should just see if we can take them back.
Ma'am, may I recommend that if we're planning on staying covert and we want to make this look like an accident, having the spin disease disappear would be
Yeah.
problematic.
You have a point there. Okay.
But pirates and salvagers, says Vonvin. They're all
I
over
would
this
say yes.
place.
Salvage.
This is not a very frequented area of space. Arian's right.
Yeah, we're a long way out in a
Ah,
place
yeah.
that they're actively trying to hide.
In a place inhospitable to most things that aren't orcs.
Good.
All right, in that case, let's make sure we mess up the bodies of the dead that look like they've been stabbed so that they look like they've been stabbed or crunched with something else, she says.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard. We got all this wood lying around. Just take the splinters and stuff them into the holes.
My work, she says.
Okay. Well, you take the prisoners back to the ship anyways, the ones that survived, of which there are 5. Alright. There are 3 goblins, a orc, and if you had to guess, you'd say that it's a half human, half goblin.
Okay. That's unusual, but alright.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, but we do have another rescue mission we have to take care of as well.
Do we?
Yeah, we gotta save the Smilodons!
Oh, yes. Well, no, we can't, because if the air wall went out like whoosh because the spin dizzies were destroyed, they didn't have talismans, they died.
Nope, they died.
Right, which means no one's necessarily gonna find them either.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, I'm not
I guess we do gotta go and grab... Oh, I get it, says Vonvin. We gotta go and get the bodies and put them back in the bloody cages.
Right, okay, let's do that quickly.
Maybe
Okay.
some of us can do that while somebody tows these guys back to the ship before they run out of air.
Unless we pose the Smilodons like they got out and attacked, and that's how the collision happened.
Could be.
Yeah.
Madrimlin, you're really good at doing observational stuff, and see if you can find a way to make it look like the Smilodons got out somehow. I mean, obviously, I just opened the cage, unlocked the cage doors, but that wouldn't have happened, so... I mean,
I think I can,
one maybe, but all of them?
Yeah. Crowley, you wanna give me a hand?
I'll be right back in a minute, guys. Carry on. Basically, you know, direct and organize this stuff and, you know, help pull people back.
Yep.
Heal any major wounded that are still alive. I'll be right back.
Yep, so take Crowley and go down to the holes and try to figure out how we can also hide the breach.
Why? It got rammed by another ship.
Yeah, but not where we breached.
It broke apart.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
You're going to the hold, it's like, oh, the hold's over there.
Right.
Alright.
Alright, so yeah, we go there.
What you've got to do is take a look at the cages and see whether or not you can rig them in any way that looks like they may have come open on their own or busted open or...
Yep.
Right, because they're no longer in the hold. The hold is all over space.
Yeah.
You sank them.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll go do that.
Okay, taking a look at the cages do not have locks on them. They have simple pins. There's no point in putting a lock on a Smilodon cage. Smilodons are not smart enough to pick locks.
True.
They were simple pins put through a double eye.
What kind of pins? Well, I guess I have to find a pin and see what type of pin it was. If it was wood or if it was metal.
They're metal pins, and they're attached to the cages by a piece of chain.
Oh. So, thinking about Smilodon teeth and well, tusks, I guess you'd say.
Teeth.
Yeah, teeth. If one got their tooth into the chain and threw their head back, it would leave marks on the chain, but it would also possibly release the pin.
Well, the pins wouldn't be hard to release anyway. That's sort of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. If the ship got hit by the other ship, and one of these pins got knocked over, because they weren't attached to anything, they're just big cages.
Yeah.
Right? Then there would have been fucking chaos. Because one of them would have got out. Right?
True.
And there would have been chaos down here. The other cages could have been knocked around, knocked over, the doors
Pins
knocked.
come out.
Pins come out. Right? Smilodons do weigh about 1,200 kilograms.
Yeah.
So just mess up all the cages, kind of make them look strewn about, and which
Yeah.
it already probably does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
bash the shit out of them with some stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, so they look battered.
That's not a problem.
Alright.
Yeah, so that's what we do.
Sybil goes by with bug gun, pepperoni, and coffee.
While they
All
do
the
that,
important necessities of life.
Yep.
while they do that, I'm gonna take the time to jot down a blueprint of the ship, and my aunt can witness that I rolled a nat 20 on it. So that'd be 23 plus, well, 33 after.
Okay.
Oh, that's smart.
Now, I'm half caught that there, Gareth. Can you repeat it? You are doing what with the ship?
Getting a blueprint of them.
Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah, you can make a blueprint. Alright. It's actually much easier to do now because you can see all the beams and stuff.
And now we know where the spin dizzy is too.
Yep.
Hello, Daz.
Oh, good, Daz. Go gather up some of those Smilodon bodies and bring them back to the ship so we can use them.
Yeah, so,
Use them
anyways.
for precisely what?
Yeah, exactly. Use them for precisely what there. You know, we're not going to eat them. We're not going to skin them. We're not going to pull their teeth out. So what are we going to use them for? Big teddy bears? Until they rot?
No, we're putting them in the on the ship in some areas that may not have broken apart completely, but it'll still go whoosh.
Jetson ammunition?
I think Crowley would have a problem with that.
Yes.
Okay, they're popsicles right now, guys.
Right.
Space is like space. Once you get rid of the spin dizzy and the etheric membrane,
Right.
they are desiccated popsicles, okay?
Yeah, all the water went out like whoosh, too.
We could be in some trouble I'm not kidding. You're
I told you.
E-song.
Although Rowan might have had a nap, she is also imbibing, a pot beverage at the moment, and this also, I'm medicated.
okay. With the level of overtired around here, this is the kind of game where before we all went on stream, this is the kind of game that would result in an Erevan night.
Oh yeah.
This is the kind of humor we were
Yep.
in.
Yep.
And Gnome Ball and shit like that. So
Yep. You are all now
Oops.
warned.
it's actually too bad we're in deep space on a mission because we have to be all serious and the characters would be like,
Well, E-Song said, desiccated popsicle says you, art exhibit
Art
says
exhibit
me.
says me.
yeah, it's that kind of humor level. Yep.
You could have at least spiced them before facing them first.
Oh no, I'm just picturing this person someone's on art exhibit.
You know what? I'm sure that Karak is already helping himself to some fresh space popsicle.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, he prefers the softer ones like the orcs and the goblins.
Yeah, less chewy, less gamey.
Yep. Liver's much easier to reach.
Yeah.
But yes, he has almost doubled in size since you got him, by the way.
Really well fed scaver.
Tell you what we
Star
will
Shark.
do, though. We will loot the ships for what we think we can get away with taking reasonably in terms of logbooks, medical supplies, and food.
Well, we can always copy logbooks.
Yeah,
True.
and as long as we don't take it all, take what we can.
Anything that's in exposed space from the exposed holds could be believably floated off into nothingness.
Yep.
Anything that's encased in a room, don't touch it.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah,
So
grab
how
anything
lucky
in
are we?
space. What? How
Do we get
lucky
the
are you?
logs?
How lucky are you?
Crowley, how lucky are we?
I'm pretty lucky. Let's just have a look here. See what we can do.
Speaking of luck, reminder that, let's see here. We're looking at who currently has what rerolls loaded. Seriously consider refunding these at the end of a game session, by the way. And then making people
That's a good idea.
back,
Yeah, I agree.
That-
Okay, so
Well, not
currently
only
we
that,
have-
that way it's easier to track.
Exactly. Currently, Siobhan, Barbarossa, Esong, and Bob all have rerolls loaded. Since we did not announce that before this game, we are at least stuck with that for this game. So there we go.
Yeah. So, you roll your d20?
Give me a second. I gotta grab my dice. They weren't in the car. They were in the house. It'll only take me a moment.
No worries.
I'm glad you guys are actually at your house tonight instead of out by the lake. I found that park, by the way, nice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was cool.
My poor puppers.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. Everyone around here has been so overheated. Nobody's been hungry. So, about sunset, I go, hey, I'm hungry. It's time to start grazing.
Yeah. I think I ate 4 days ago or something. I had a couple of potato patties today.
I had some soup earlier. 'Cause that's what all I have.
It's actually cooled
Oh,
up
no,
at
that
my
ain't
place
true.
last couple days to cook real food.
That ain't true. Friday I ate. I had steak and potatoes and roasted vegetables and
Yeah, because
Maui
Our-
ribs and
Garrett's other half cooked for us. And, oh wait, no, that was yesterday.
right.
Was it yesterday? No,
Yeah.
the day before yesterday. It was the day before yesterday because we ate we did the family thing, which was
Yeah.
cool. And Becca's other half cooked for us, but Garrett's other half cooked for us the night before.
Yeah,
I don't know if you had any, but I did.
No.
It was good.
Paul is an excellent cook when he's in the mood to cook.
He is.
Yeah, he made barbecue chicken. It was excellent.
Yeah. Oh, I did have a
didn't
piece of
help.
barbecued chicken. I didn't eat the sausages that he cooked, though.
Now I'm hungry, says Stretch. Good. I owe you. I fucking owe you. You come into my stream every afternoon, and I haven't eaten yet because I'm like, I gotta get on stream. And you talk about pizza, and then other people talk about burgers, and you guys do this every time. So, you know what?
Alright, here's the birds again.
Fresh Okanagan fruit.
All right.
Yeah, you are a fresh Okanagan fruit.
Give me a moment. I'm just gonna test a couple of dice here real quick and see what I like tonight.
Okay.
All right, purple it is. Uh, 15. What does luck fall under?
Your level.
My level.
Uh-huh.
So
Everybody
Hey,
else
Madhouse.
is their charisma modifier, but yours is your level plus your charisma modifier. Hello, Madhouse.
We're level 7 right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 26.
26. Yeah, you're really lucky. So, you happen to notice the logbooks from the bigger ship floating around anyways.
Okay, well, I'll take a quick scoot over there, scoop it up, and anything else along the way that looks of import or of value.
Yeah, a bag of coins.
I'll scoop those up, put them in my pocket right away.
Yep. Well, they won't fit in your pocket, but they'll fit in your backpack.
Okay, well, yeah. You know what I mean? I'll take them
It's-
back with me and they're going with me, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll report back to the captain and I'll bring her the logbook.
Yeah.
Now, by noise there, Madhouse, did you mean the background ambient noise? Because Aaron is running the air conditioner in the living room because it's too hot to live without air conditioning. I hope it's not too bothersome.
Yeah, Stretch, you never do what you're supposed to do. Until it's too late.
Okay, so he brings me this logbook, I guess, eh? Oh, well done, she says to Crowley. Excellent. Now, does anybody read
Well, I
Orcish
figured...
or Goblin?
I do.
give me a moment.
Okay. She does kind of pass it over to Madremlia in the meantime.
Yeah, not me.
I speak for.
Well, fortunately for you,
Yeah.
Madremalian, when you look at them, they're not written in Orcish.
Oh?
They're written in Elfin. Like most logbooks.
Ah, convenient.
Yep.
Odd, considering they're starting a war, but convenient.
Right?
What do they say?
log notes where the ship's been over the last some time, and
Now, I
you
guess
note
we
that
don't have time. Sorry, I guess we don't have time to go through it right now in the middle of space. I'll have to
Yeah.
go through it early when we get back, right?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, are you looking for anything in particular?
Destination,
Well,
orders.
Yeah, destination orders, um, like protocol, manifest, crude, crew numbers,
Mm-hmm.
tactical information.
Yep.
Next
Cargo.
destination.
Next destination is not listed. Right, but
Right, they
Um,
not yet received those orders.
yeah, they had not received orders as to where they were going from here. But you can get a crew manifest, searching through the wreckage, right, which gives names of all the crew.
I kind of want, numbers and composition.
It's a typical frigate, is what it was, right? In its composition, except for it was about 50% overcrowded on Marines.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and running less sail crew than normal to make room for more Marines.
Where did it come out of? Where is its protocol?
Its last protocol is a space called Orish.
Never even heard of it.
Right.
What the fuck? Okay, that's important. All right.
Yeah.
And was this was all goblins, right? Or was this goblins and orcs? Or was
Goblins with a few orcs.
Interesting. What role did the orcs have in the crew?
Officers.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
They don't know
orcish
how to work
officers.
together.
Yeah, they aren't known to work together very well.
Wow, that's some seriously important intel right there. Okay. Good job, Crowley, for finding this.
He did
On
roll a
any of the-
26.
On any of the uniforms, is there any sigils or markings that differ from other uniforms other than rank markings? Like ice sigils, maybe?
Roll
That's
a. Let's see, that would be either
Calories. I feel
wisdom or fighter level check.
I'll go with wisdom. Don't know what you mean by a fighter level deck.
It's sort of what you just did for a luck check for your thing, but if you have fighter levels like fighter, ranger, or paladin, or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not really any of
Can
those
try.
things.
But he's got wisdom.
Yep.
But I got wisdom.
hmm
Okay. I'm gonna use my cat's luck. Gonna reroll that shit.
Okay.
My hands are skeleton crew. Stretch.
19.
19? That's good enough to notice. The orc's armor is red.
Okay.
It's the only red armor on the ship. There was only about a half dozen orcs, that's how many officers there were,
Okay.
right? And they're all wearing red armor.
Okay. Now that could be. Now, are there any sigils on said armor?
Yes. Right, the sigil
Okay.
looks like a circle with a dot in the middle of it.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out a small notebook and make a small sketch of it, and the fact that all the officers were wearing red armor on this
Mhm.
particular vessel.
Okay.
Is it the same with the other vessel?
The other vessel was full of goblins.
Are you, by
And
the
no
way, doing what I
officers?
think you're doing with this, babe?
What's that?
Well, we talked about some of the background stuff, right? So are you doing what I think you're doing with this?
I don't know.
Yes, Daz, they're floating in space.
Come out here.
Okay, 1 second.
Conference call with the DM.
We'll check something. Yep, that's right. Because remember, we're about to change hands here shortly, and I want to make sure that,
Mute your mic.
Very important. Yeah.
mute my mic. Yeah.
Not to mention you're the author.
So,
Yeah.
while they're having their conference call, we can have a deep thoughts with Crowley, since you said there'd be 2 this time.
All right. Deep thoughts with Crowley. I'm seriously wondering if these guys might somehow be connected to the Dragon Syndicate.
Okay, we are on the same page. What was that about the Dragon Syndicate?
But we were just having a deep thoughts with Crowley, since Crowley missed last time, and he said he'd be doing 2 on the next game.
Next one will be during the bio break.
What's the logo file called?
The logo file?
Yeah.
I think it's called Toy Soldier logo or old school logo.
Okay.
Just a second, I'll see, because I still have this up.
Socials is old school, transparent logo. Got it.
That's the one. Yep.
You were saying the other crew is just all goblins?
Yep. Except for one of these half human, half goblin things, but he's dead.
Okay. Now a quick question. Are any of them wearing anything that resembles the armor that I took from the guy wearing from the Dragon Syndicate?
No.
Who's proud there? No? None?
Nope, none of them.
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
I think to myself, they must want to still remain neutral in this. Okay.
Arian would check the weapons decks just to see if there's anything odd or interesting.
The weapons decks are well supplied. Oversupplied.
Where they were going, they're intending to make a mess.
They were intending for some serious problem, yeah. My posture sucks, always has, always will. There you go.
Was there any black powder in their supply?
Just like my spelling.
No, there was no black powder.
Okay. Kegs of oil?
Of what kind of oil?
Say, lamp oil.
Like kerosene? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Hey, Captain.
Yes, Crowley.
If you wanted to almost simulate maybe a kerosene explosion to open up some of those closed portions to get at some more information, I might be able to talk to Lou Rick and to Madrimlian and see if we can't figure out a way of chemically making oxygen in space to allow the oil to burn part of this thing and have it explode so that it breaks apart the ship a little more and it looks there'll be lots of traces of kerosene still unburnt, so that will be it'll make it look that way, that a kerosene explosion happened, and we can get into parts of the ship that are still closed off.
Well, we can certainly talk to them and see if they have any thoughts about that.
It's just a thought.
I think that might be a little risky. Because the best way to do that would be having someone in their bug suit standing near it in order to allow for the air envelope to extend.
Well, we don't need an air envelope. All we need is some oxidizing material that creates oxygen as it burns.
But what would do that?
Sulfur? Or phosphorus?
I think
There we go.
there's such a thing as over staging a scene too.
That's
And
what
I
I'm
also
thinking.
think that you guys are like way overestimating the technology available to you.
Yeah.
Well,
But Madurman does want to go check out the galley.
anyone with alchemy knowledge would know phosphorus.
Okay.
Because if these guys are in space, they probably have the blue mushroom spores and stuff.
Maybe?
No, they don't.
More noise.
Oh, that's good to know.
Okay. I think we screwed around with this long enough. Let's take what we got and get back to the other ship before somebody else comes along or wonders where these guys went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys head back to the other ship. You do have 5 passengers now, 5 prisoners. 3 goblins, a half goblin, and a orc.
Well, this is a warship. We also have a brig.
Break.
Yeah, that's where they've been put.
Good stuff.
We are not assigning Dazzlecat to guard detail.
Oh God, no.
I don't know why not. I don't think that she would have any interest in letting our traditional enemies escape.
That's why not.
Oh, yes, okay. We do need to interrogate them. We need to find out what they know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Crowley says with a smile.
Okay, so let's have a talk about interrogations, she says. Okay.
Ma'am?
So, she says, we need to know what they know. Torture is generally ineffective, according to what I've been reading about it, because eventually, if you are willing to be aggressive enough to get the answers that you want, then they will tell you anything you want, including, like, they'll make it up, right? They'll make up things. We can't have that. But clearly they're not about to willingly tell us a variety of things, and when you're interrogating someone, you don't reveal information that you know. Right? It's not about making friends with them, it's about pretending to make friends with them, he says.
Well, Captain, I have an idea.
She raises an eyebrow.
I could pose as as maybe a goblin or yet another orcish prisoner.
Who's in that?
I doubt that would work, she says, because they probably know most of the people on their ship.
Let's say he was already there, your prisoner before you went to the ship.
Do you know enough about orcish culture and goblin culture to be able to pull that off, Crowley?
Good point.
I'm pretty wise and wily.
I mean, there are some things that just cannot be faked with bullshit.
On the other hand, I could see you passing yourself off as a prisoner of ours, as a phenok, she says.
Yeah.
Could do that too.
I'm sure they didn't see you in the armor, their full body armor, she says.
True.
They probably thought you were a gnome based on your height.
Yeah.
That's true. And if I throw you back in the cell, well, into a cell, as if I had just finished interrogating you.
Yeah.
Of course, the only problem with that is that it is very risky to you. If they twig to it, you're probably a dead man, completely, she says.
There are separate cells in the brig, ma'am.
And you know what? I think I can cover it. I got myself covered. I've lived this long. I'm gonna live some few more years yet.
Get a few more lives
May I make a recommendation? She says. How about you guys actually work as a team for a change instead of everyone trying to grab the individual glory for themselves, and remember that we're actually shipmates, she says. How about that, guys? She looks at Madrimlian too.
Yep, Madrimlian nods.
She says, it's about the goal, guys. It's not about who gets it.
Which is why I was actually agreeing with allowing him, Crowley to be a prisoner, or a so-called prisoner, to get the information, because we need the information, and if that's the best way to get it, I agree with Crowley's assessment.
Do you think it's the best way to get it? Crowley comes up with a lot of ideas that involve him taking risks on his own and not consulting with anybody else and improvising the plan. He's pretty good at it, she says. She nods at Crowley. He's had far more success than failure, but it makes me nervous every time, she says. I'd rather put multiple strengths to work, rather than putting all the eggs in one basket.
Well, I can mind link with him so that we still have contact with him at all times as well. So if things start to get out of hand, we can get in there.
Yeah, well, if we're close enough to rescue him early.
Yes, it's true. It is risky.
Me and the Dark Elf, both prisoners. She can be my backup. I'm sure she knows how to take care of herself.
Oh,
She smiles.
I don't like that idea.
She goes, why not?
You're right.
You're
Am
right.
I not a
I would buy
Marine?
it.
Yes, you are. Oh,
Thank
God,
you.
Stretch! No!
I would buy it. I would believe that. She says, okay.
Dwayne Dibley is a D&D Pathfinder. Dwayne Dibley, the Duke of Dork.
Oh, no.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Only those who've seen Red Dwarf would understand that comment, though, too. Oh, God. Oh.
I appreciate you volunteering, Dazzlecat. Thank you, says Sabine to her, and I will keep that in mind, she says, in the future. And I appreciate your suggestions, because I think it has helped us to come up with this plan. Okay, she says.
So Madrimlian will mind link to both Mariama and to Crowley.
Okay.
It's actually not them that he should necessarily be mind linked to. right? I mean, yes, to keep an eye on them, I suppose, but we're more interested in what the people around them are thinking. Are we not?
Yep. I can mind link to them too.
Isn't this difficult to keep track of that many minds at once?
It can be, but if I have a place where I can sit and just write to make notes, I should be okay, ma'am.
Okay.
I have to practice anyway.
I guess that's true.
But won't they feel the intrusive nature of someone probing their mind?
Maybe, and they might expect it, she says.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I mean, after all, everybody knows
I can ham it
that...
up a bit even.
Get lost, get out of my brain.
Yeah, right?
Maybe.
So then they really think I'm being interrogated too.
Yep,
Okay,
you can.
see what we can get done. Sounds like a good idea. Good luck, she says.
Alright.
Yep.
And she's going to kind of keep an ear on what's going on, sit in the room with Madrimlian, but she's going to start reading through the log for details, like we,
Okay.
discussed.
Yep.
Yeah. I will blank my camera so that the stars of the show can be the stars of the show.
Okay, so
Madrimlian will take the... Madrimlian will ask Arian to accompany him and take the two prisoners into the cells, along with... once the other 5 are settled in, throw them into separate cells as well.
okay, you have a choice.
Okay?
Right? You have 4 cells.
Oh boy. So the orcs and goblins will go in 2, and the Phoenok and the Dark Elf will go in the other 2.
Okay, so you're putting the orcs and goblins in what combination into cells?
Orcs and goblins on one side, Phoenok and
No,
Dark
there's
Elf.
4 cells, right,
Oh.
side by side.
Okay.
Okay, along the wall, right, with basically enough room for maybe 2 people in a cell.
How many orcs do we... We've got 1 orc?
1 orc, 1 half goblin, 3 goblins, a Phoenok, and then a dark elf.
Okay, so it'll be orc and half goblin in 1. 3 goblins in... I'm pretty sure we can squeeze 3 goblins into 1 cell.
Okay.
Phoenok between them. Dark Elf on the end.
Okay.
Madrimlian, I have an idea.
What's that, Crowley?
If, once we start heading towards the cells, if I start just kind of sounding like I'm making a ruckus and, attempt to wiggle away, not really attempting, but making it look like I'm really attempting and making a lot of noise, and just mention to Miriama that, I told you if we took that much food, we're gonna get caught for being stowaways. It might, the vocal might just put it out there that there are new prisoners and someone might come to the window of their cell and take a look out.
Well, the cells are not like that. They're just bars, eh? They're cages.
Oh, is it? Okay, I thought it might have been like wooden enclosed rooms.
No, just 4 cages, basically. They're not even that tall. Like, the orc cannot stand up fully in it.
Okay, well then
But
I
that's
can still
typical
make
of
that.
that's typical of a ship anywhere, right?
Okay.
Yep.
But I can still make that stink, and that way it looks like we just got busted for being stowaways.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Not a problem.
Make a bluff check then, there,
Okay.
Crowley.
That I can do.
Crowley's no good at this.
Not at all.
Roll your bullshit, as we like to say.
Yeah.
And I'll let Arian take care of Crowley.
25.
Okay. You put on a reasonably convincing performance.
Yep.
And I'll snatch him up by one back foot and then, like my most intimidating growl, say, "Don't make me kick you into this cage, cat."
Oh, Slancha.
Sparklebeard.
Hail hydrate.
I have
Yeah,
bad
Henry.
posture. I still do. I always will. Just get used to it.
Just like Rowan's spelling, a fact of the universe.
And grammar. Sheesh. But her grammar's not too bad, actually.
Her grammar's dead. Okay, I killed the conversation.
Well, one of them is, anyway.
Yeah.
The other one's still kicking pretty hard.
No shit, eh?
90.
So now that Crowley and Mariama are in their cells, he's gonna go pull a parsley eaten fresh kill rat out of his coat pocket, go start munching on some. Hey, you want some?
Says to who?
Mariama.
Yeah, she'll eat some of the rat with you.
Okay. And I'll look over at one of the goblins and say, "Oh, I think I got a mouse in here somewhere if you want one."
He goes,
Pull out a mouse.
they're gonna try and feed us nuts and berries and shit, he says.
I don't know. But I know that I need meat.
Yeah, we're goblins. We need meat too, he says.
He'll toss over a dead mouse over his way.
Yeah, he'll eat it.
What are you in for? What the hell happened?
I don't know.
I got caught in the hold stealing food. We were trying to hide away. But Mariama, she's a little bigger than me. She needs more food, so I couldn't say no.
Huh. Figures. If you were on an orc ship, they'd have just recruited you.
Oh, geez, that would have been way better. Then I could just earn my meal. Jeez.
Don't
These
worry.
guys, you know, they probably would have tried to, like you said, feed me flowers and fruits and nuts and shit.
They're elves. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. I try to kind of stay away.
No
but
offense, he says to Mariama. None taken, she says.
So Julian's gonna go up to Bonvin and say, "So for the orcs, for their first meal, let's send some fruits, berries, and honey cakes."
Fruits, berries, and honey cakes. Alrighty. Do I look like the cook?
No, but our cook is currently in the brig.
No, we've got
No, the thing is,
What about that gnomish
Sarababo.
fellow?
well, yeah, I mean, we could always get the cooks in. I'm just saying you're the one bringing them in.
Oh, I'm taking them food.
yeah, Dino Bobasoro Bob.
Yep.
Okay. I'll go talk to Bob.
Okay.
kind of loud enough for the goblins and maybe the orc to hear. Crowley will say under his breath, "Geez, if we could only get a message to my friends in the syndicate." See if there's any kind of raised eyebrows or. Okay. Well, damn it. That didn't work out.
Mhm.
A 1.
Oh,
Yep, use mine.
Okay, well, that one worked a hell of a lot better.
is it?
Well, it was a natural 20, and my perception is 12, so 32.
A natural 20.
All right, Siobhan's reroll spent. Siobhan's reroll spent.
Okay, so yeah, they recognize at least. Good. That'll help build things up a little. Well, it's been a long day. I haven't got much sleep, Mariama. I think I'm gonna try and get some shut eye, and I'm gonna kind of curl up, but I'm gonna keep my ears open and stay awake and see if I can hear any chatter amongst them.
Yes. Like I said, I was going through the logbook and hopefully finding that information that you said that we found, like protocol, whatever the fuck that is. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, long time.
Yeah,
Whatever the-
Berlin is sitting still, writing things down. Oh, sorry.
Yep. Whatever has been going on, this has been in the works for months now. Okay, that's actually very important. All right. These are mostly goblins, but there's a couple of officers. They were in red armor. Is this written by one of the officers, or is this written by one of the goblins? Yep. Okay. See if I can trace back their route. I mean, if they were in space that long and it's a system I've never heard of, they had to resupply somewhere. Where did they resupply? Interesting. Okay. Okay, so in this current time period, I hadn't decided yet. Is Permafrost an Avalonian Navy base, or is it Freeport? Okay, that's interesting. Somehow they got in and out without being noticed, or the Navy was paid off there. Okay. And I mean,
Chat is saying that they can't hear Aaron.
I'm sorry, I was coughing and muted my mic. I forgot. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so what Aaron has said is that they come from a place called Orish, which I've never heard of.
Right.
Where they resupplied was Permafrost, right, which we were at, right? So there is a strong Navy presence there. So the question is, how did they manage to get in and out unnoticed, or did the Navy get paid off?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's very interesting.
Or did the Navy let them go so they could track them down for later?
Oh, come on now. Why would they do that? This is obviously a ship of war. It's clearly a ship of war. It's the kind of ship... The only way it would be inconspicuous is if it were a system defense fleet, right? And if it's traveling through permafrost, there's no way that's inconspicuous as a systems defense fleet, right? That's fucked up. There's something is rotten in Denmark, okay? Something.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time, says Vonbin, that we encountered corruption in the Elven Imperial, in the Avalonian Imperial Navy.
Nope.
And she has that sort of thin-lipped look.
No, it would not, she says. Okay. And they are overcrewed with Marines. They're clearly up to no good.
Yep.
It's interesting, actually, that they're overcrewed with Marines. That means that they want to either take prizes or they're planning a ground assault of some kind.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? I wonder if their target is permafrost, she says.
Or was, says Ruaville. When was the last time we had any contact with permafrost?
That's true. We personally, it's been months, and I don't know anything about the rest of the Navy. That's a very good point, Ruaville, she says. Very good point.
Yeah, Crowley.
Yep.
One of the goblins tosses a fish or a mouse head at you to get your attention.
I'll pretend like I start awake and take a look over.
He says, "What syndicate are you with?"
Well, I'm known by the Dragon Syndicate.
He nods. Says, "Don't worry, since we're going to be rescued soon."
Okay. Well,
He's talking in Goblin now, by the way.
Okay.
Alright? He says, "We are part of the Dragon Syndicate." He says, "The Solstice Pact is coming through here." He says, we are front runners for a naval force."
Okay. Well, my favor might be returned faster than I think.
He says, "And when we don't signal that all's clear, they're going to come in with their guns blazing."
And from my experience, they got some pretty nifty guns.
Yeah.
Ma'am?
Go ahead.
These were the scouts.
Okay.
The Solstice Pact is on its way, and these were the front runners. So we better find a better place to hide.
Solstice Pact? What is the Solstice Pact?
I don't know. But that's what the information we're getting right now.
Well, I can't handle much longer in one of these cells. You figure a day or two?
He shakes his head. 12 hours. We're supposed to report in 12 hours.
Well, I hope you're right.
A little less than that now.
Yeah.
They're saying 12 hours or less.
Well, that'll be the littlest amount of time I've ever sat in a cell.
Right.
Thanks for the raid, Madhouse.
Awesome. 7 is not tiny. 7 is a decent raid. That's awesome. Welcome aboard, guys.
And I'll say, well,
Yeah,
no offense to the orc, but is he your hired muscle?
He's our officer.
Oh, okay. Hey, fair enough.
Just don't underestimate him.
Oh, I never went. I just, no offense, he's just big and muscular, and people our size generally, we try to fight with our brains, not with our arms. So,
They nod, like, that makes sense. He says, well, if he kicks you, you'll know it.
If you don't mind me asking, what rank are you there, officer?
You say in Orcish?
Yeah, it's broken orcish.
Yeah, okay. Alright. He says, Lieutenant.
And I'll kind of, not a mocking salute, but a salute from someone who isn't a soldier. Like,
Yeah.
A person who isn't a soldier would think it's a great salute, but as a soldier, it would be like, oh god.
Okay. Roll your disguise.
Okay.
Sloppy.
So 21.
21? Okay.
Yeah.
Very convincing.
Okay. We need to have a little war room meeting. Yeah,
To Crowley.
and see that Madrimlian spits out all the information.
Yeah, but to Crowley and Mariama, try and find out about their fleet strengths.
I think in my head, that's going to be extremely tough. That's not a question another prisoner is really gonna... I'll try and figure it out, but I can't promise anything, because damn.
Yeah, well, we don't have long to figure it out.
I'm aware.
Now's a good time to make your get the fuck out of my head scream.
Start pawing at my head and my ears.
Yeah, they look concerned.
This pressure in my head.
They have psionics. All the goblins in unison reach into their pouches, because nobody took them off except their weapons, and put on tinfoil hats. No kidding.
I bet they work, too.
And they work.
Thanks for the raid, Madhouse. Have a good night.
Alright, see you later, Madhouse.
Are you sure you're gonna have enough help to take care of these guys? Oh man.
Oh, Daz, hey, roll those at once.
Daz is on guard duty, technically.
Yeah.
Yep.
They ignore Daz.
Yep.
They move to the back of the cell.
Charlie says out loud, "Oh, are you sure you're gonna have enough help to take care of these guys? Oh man."
Says, we have psionics, he says. He'll scramble his eggs like he's a child.
Oh, man. Because this is, never
Yeah, I
felt
know.
anything like it.
Says fucking blues, he says. Bartor, he says. They're all like that. Nosy little fuckers.
Damn. Well, they can take care of him, but what about the rest of the crew?
You know, it's their one ship. It's all we seen.
Oh, okay. Well, I only know of the one ship because, well, we've been in the hold for some time now.
Yeah, well, we got a fleet coming. He says, you could hire up.
Ah. This may be an option, eh, Mariama?
She nods. She says, I'm good at a helm, at an engine. We need that. Mostly they got goblins doing it, because orcs, they don't got a lot of magic.
Okay, yes, Daz goes running for an officer. Yes, you know that the officers are headed to the wardroom for a meeting.
Yep.
Probably the last one to be who's lagging behind from nearby was Madrimlian.
Mm-hmm.
I figured Madrim was already in the wardroom. That's where he was doing all his writing.
I'm sure it's not anywhere near where his range is at.
Oh, mine like is infinite once I'm connected. As long as we're on the same plane.
Okay, somebody want to volunteer to be the officer that she grabs then, please? Let's just not
Yep.
fuck around with bullshit detail, okay?
She grabs Yasma.
Thank you. What do you have to say there, Daz?
That's stuck in you. They're gonna have to dictate words.
Help, the goblins are wearing weird hats, says Daz.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got tinfoil hats. I lost the goblins.
Well, what kind of hats are they?
Took them out of their pouches, says Daz. Waiting for further response to your question. Metal.
Metal.
Okay.
Strange metal hats. Sounds threatening.
Madriman pulls out his top hat and shows the inside as a reminder.
Is it lined with tinfoil as well?
Yep.
Yes.
That'll be a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know what else they got on them, she says. Where's the bosun?
Bosun's on deck.
Yeah, and I don't dare try and loot him alone.
I don't dare try to loot him alone.
When they
Yeah,
go
it
clean
sounds
them
like
out,
Eniola's
Was that there, Arian?
you want me and the bosun to go clean them out?
Go clean him out, she says. And then let's have this, we need to discuss what we're doing. I'm not sure we can stand up to a fleet that is expecting us.
No, ma'am. I recommend that we move out and deliver the intel we have.
I think you're right, she says. But let's see what everyone else has to say. That's why we have to have a bit of a meeting, she says.
Well, you have my input.
Okay.
I'll go grab the bosun and
Okay.
Yeah, making a long story short there, Arian, they're goblins. They just sort of cower and cry as you pull their stuff off of them, basically.
Yeah.
Pick them up by their feet, shake them upside down, make sure everything falls out.
Yeah. One of them had a shuriken.
Well, good thing that they were shaken out, and why the fuck didn't we do that in the first place?
Nobody said they did.
Ooh, can I have
Aaron's
that?
overtired and being a dick.
I
That's
assume
what that is.
I assume you take their weapons from them. I don't assume you strip them of their gear.
Yeah, you know what? Aaron is absolutely right. By this time, people should know to mention that shit.
Yes.
Yep.
I would have done that too. Expect that, by the way. I'm personally inclined to let Dazzlecat have the shuriken. She's the one who alerted us to
Yep.
metal hats, which we know is actually a bad thing for psionics.
Yep.
We know it's a thing. I don't know why it works, but it works.
Immediately we discovered this by accident because I think Bonvin made a joke.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, goblins seem to be well aware of it.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, Daz can have the shuriken.
Is my connection back now that the hats are off?
Yep.
Good.
Okay, so basically, can we go through a quick and, simple thing? At this point, do we want to bail? I think we should bail.
Ruvel
I
thinks
think
we
we
should
should
bail.
bail.
Yeah.
We were
We're
sent
gonna
for
be-
intelligence. We
Can
haven't
we have one at a time, please?
time.
One at a time, please. I can't understand what everybody's saying. Let's start with Siobhan.
Yeah, we got the information we need. Let's get out of here before we're sitting ducks.
Okay, Yasma?
I think we're way outnumbered. We should get out of here.
Crowley, who can pass on his opinion through Madrimlian.
Yeah, I believe it's time to get out of here. The Dragon Syndicate is not the people to mess with, not right now.
Okay, Arian already offered his opinion. Lurik.
Yeah, we got everything that we can get. I mean, I got blueprints of a ship. It's not like there's anything else.
Von Vin.
Unless we want to die.
Okay.
We came for intel. We are insensitive, and so the sooner we hightail ourselves back, the better off we'll be. Like, maybe we should put that spiffy region there and make some vapor trails.
Ruvel?
Yeah, I think we should get out of here. We got to report back.
Xerxes.
Xerxes just nods. I'm with you guys.
Okay then, looks at Alessander. Do you concur? Of course I do, he says. Absolutely. This is extremely important intel. I've never even heard of Horus, he says. We need to get this to the command as fast as we can, he says. Absolutely, Captain. I'm behind you. Okay, and then looks to, who else? Right, Oleander there, our bosun, right? Is he our, who's our master? Is that Oleander? Or?
That's Oleander, yeah.
And Master, do you concur?
This crew's with you, man.
Bring her about.
Yeah,
Let's get our
whistles
combat
off
mage in
and...
the helm as fast as we can. Let's go.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Hmm?
Well, first, Aaron, do the bug suits with their mini spin busies, can they reach light speed?
Can they reach interstellar? No.
Okay. So, if we left somebody behind, it'd take them a long time to catch up to the ship, then.
Yes.
Oh god, yeah.
Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Go ahead, Madrim.
I'm wondering if we can have, Lurik and I can set up some charges to detonate upon contact and leave them in our wake.
Okay, I didn't hear that, and if I did, I didn't understand
She
it.
wants
Can you
to...
repeat?
Madrimlian wants to set up some charges that'll blow up. Right? The problem is you got no air.
On contact, as in when the ship comes in, a new ship comes in contact with them.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, it's possible.
Space mines.
Exactly.
Dangerous to everybody.
Okay, explain to me how you think that's going to work. And remember that you currently have probably about late 18th century technology.
Right. You can make mines. That's possible. Space mines. Right? And such, but you can't make them with all the tools you've got on a ship.
Ah.
Right? You would need to get big cast iron pots, basically.
Our best bet would be rigging up some of our ship's charges with like a 11-hour timer and hoping for the best.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. And they won't explode until the ship actually enters the area anyway.
And Crowley says in his head, "There's no way you're taking my good pots."
Walking back into
Okay,
the wardroom. Ma'am, do we have a spin dizzy equipped or starseed equipped? What are they called? Cutters or launches or?
Yeah, you have a launch.
we do.
Well, in that case, if I could hide it on one of these asteroids, I'd be willing to volunteer to stay behind and count, and then catch up using the fully capable cutter or launch.
I'll stay behind with him, says Rovel.
No, you won't, Lieutenant or Ensign.
Someone has to
We
stay
can
with
afford
you,
to wait.
Lieutenant.
We can afford to risk one person on a high-risk, high-reward maneuver. We cannot afford to risk somebody from the house with such ties to the royals and all that stuff.
She says, as a matter of fact, Arian, you're actually more politically important than Ruaville.
Yeah.
Not really. My grandmother's been running the house, and I doubt that anybody
Yeah.
even knows who I am.
It's true.
Unfortunately, Arian, here's the problem. You are the heir. Therefore, if anything happens to your grandmother, anything happens to you, your house dies. We cannot have that. Period. If anyone's going to stay behind, it's going to be me.
I'm sure there are collateral branches of my
Crowley
house.
says in his head, "Me and Ruval can stay behind." Now, the reason you're taking me out of the cell, you can say, "We're pitching this one overboard for stealing food." And I can stay behind. That was an explanation for the prisoners as to why I'm gone. We got the information out when we could. If Mariama can get any more, she'll probably be able to get it without me there. And I can pilot back. He needs a pilot.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Whoever stays has to be a pilot, so they have to be a mage. Or a priest.
I do believe Arian has a couple levels of sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever stays behind has to be really fast. Because they have to catch up with us.
I can catch up at base, ma'am.
I'll take care of the big guy, ma'am. Don't worry.
Let me have a minute. She goes to the bow of the ship and kind of stares out, thinks about it for a moment. She comes back. She says, "Okay, I see both your points. She says, you need 2 people. She says, because you'll have to be able to keep someone in the engine at all times. You guys will have to take 12-hour shifts. She says, Arian, Ruavel, you are going. Crowley, you're going to stay in the cell and see if you can get more information out of our prisoners as we go. She says, names the combat mage. You are going to take the lead in flying us back. Understood?
Your combat mage is Mariama.
Oh wait, that's true.
No, we got one from the admiral.
Oh, that's right too.
When she assigned this to us, she assigned us a special because we said we're a little short on helms people.
Yep, you were assigned a specialist mage.
Yep.
Yep.
And I can take Mariama out of the cells as a tossing her first because of the fact that one, she takes more food.
If we take one of them out of the cell, we have to take both of them out of the cell. She says.
Yeah.
Good point.
And coming up with whatever elaborate bullshit ruse we want to come up with is irrelevant.
Good point, ma'am.
Yeah.
She says, I want them to stay there to get more information. There may be some key information we don't have yet that could require us to change this plan en route.
Mm-hmm.
She says, now I've given my orders. Do it. She says,
Avalana.
Yes, ma'am. Avalana.
Alright. Just real quick, I'll take Ravel and we'll take the launch and we will find the deepest, darkest crack
that you guys
we
can stuff yourselves into. Yeah.
Right. Where we can see where the wreck is.
Yeah.
Because they'll go there first. And we are just going to lay low and do nothing.
Nope.
Except count
boats.
Numbers.
Count boats. Yes. Welcome to intelligence.
Yep. Majima will actually give them some of the charges and tell them to drop them in their way because I'm pretty sure the orc fleet is going to catch sight of them when they take off and give chase.
She says, make the decisions you want to make. She says, I'm trusting you.
I don't think we'll need them, ma'am. The idea for us is that we will stay hidden and do nothing to attract attention, and we will leave once they move out.
Right.
She says, Madrimlian, I want you to maintain a link with one or both of them so that we can get information. She says, and if something happens and they don't make it back, we will still have their intel.
Avalana.
Thank you, she says.
Yeah, he'll break the connection to the orc since the goblin's the one who's talking.
Mm-hmm.
And reconnect to Arian.
Okay. You guys go hide.
Yeah, we're going to turn the ship around slowly, right? Like, we're going to make our course corrections. I'm trying, I assume our sailors are smart.
Mm-hmm.
They've come from a place we've never heard of. They've been in space for a long time. If we do a sudden about face, they're going to know that we've found out information and we're heading back. This could make them suspicious. But if we do it gradually over a period of, we're still getting the fuck out of here, right? But if we make corrections over, say 15, 20 minutes, right? As opposed to zoom, right? Maybe they won't notice that we have completely reversed direction.
Right.
Well, we could always slowly go around the sun and head back.
Okay, you realize that going around the sun would take like a day and a half, right?
Yeah.
Right, and that's at stellar speeds.
All right, that's enough. The two of you move along, she says to Dazzlecat and Songbird.
Elaine Songbird.
Yeah. She's not feeling in a particularly good mood right now. Yeah. Sable, on the other hand, is really amused, actually, so... Yep, and away we go. Pow!
Yes. You guys take off and head back towards Draconia. Chris, you and Ruavel hide in a crack in an asteroid in the orbit of this sun planetoid. What are you laughing at, woman?
The chat. Our crew are
Our
harassing each
favorite
other.
miscreants.
Okay, I think it's about time for a break.
Yeah, it is just a little over the halfway point here.
So we're going to take 10 minutes, and I'm going to have a toke, and we'll be back in a few.
All right. That there's a song or like a song, right, that plays in a loop on that screen, that scene alone, right? But the main audio does not, right? And then that way you can have conversations without everybody overhearing. I finally figured out how to do this for the Epic Team Up stream on yesterday. So yeah, that's cool. I'm sure people would rather listen to our babble than dead air.
Yep.
That's true.
And now, deep thoughts is probably.
Yeah, I know you guys can hear us now. That's cool. I was just, I figured you would rather listen to our babble and conversation than nothing, right? So
And Deep Thoughts with Crowley.
I like Deep Thoughts with Crowley.
Now, this is a deep thought. Now that I have kind of played my cards with knowing who the Dragon Syndicate are, and these guys now have seen me, I really must be careful, because that's a tentative balance between possibly, an option other than the Navy if shit goes south. So I best be careful on, from this point out, who I talk to at which port.
Yep.
But then again, I can just make myself look like an orc and kill people.
Oh, here we go again.
And that was Deep Thoughts with Crowd.
I are back.
Yep. And for those who are unaware, in an earlier episode, Crowley used his hat and made himself look like an orc and killed a elf that he thought was being
A bastard.
yeah.
A slaver, basically.
Basically, Blake thought I was more evil than I am.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and well, liking to stir shit up on occasion.
Yeah.
Live and learn. I like to ask the cat. Trust me, being careful is good, because you might just end up stealing a uniform to escape difficulties. Now I am stuck being a real Marine. Be careful.
That's right, be careful. People might find out why you really have the meeting rocks.
Yep. I mean, what? We didn't hear that, did we? La 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 la, right? Oh, I don't have any. Okay.
Hey, Sable,
Yes.
is the stream on Discord?
Is the stream on Discord?
Yeah, like you're talking about the people watching us. Are they watching through
Twitch.
Discord?
No,
they're
Twitch.
on Twitch. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Because me and Don can't read anything what anyone says. So I was trying to find out how.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah, it's on twitch.tv/Sable Aradia. There's an app you can get for the phone that goes to Twitch.
For Twitch, yeah.
Twitch.
I don't know if I do. I'm going to have to download Twitch.
And you can put it on chat only too, so that it doesn't make noise or interfere with anything.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I usually
I do that for
use.
game.
Yeah, I do that as my backup when I'm on stream, right? Because I'll be tip-tapping away in one screen, and I'll usually put my phone right next to my screen and stand it up so that I can read the chat there.
Yeah, I do the same, except I use my stream manager on
Yeah.
my Twitch.
Well, yeah. But you can also just put it on chat only. Yeah, when
Yep.
she doesn't, she takes an hour and a half to catch up on chat.
And we love her for it.
And I try too. I'm like, I don't want to miss anything important that somebody said to me. Hey, I kept up not too bad today, to be fair. And I did not have my phone today because Jamie was using it for an alarm clock.
Ah.
Thank you. E-Song says, I agree. I was impressed.
Yep.
Well, OBS is easier for that than Twitch Studio, too, because it doesn't bork your stream every time you switch back and forth between the two windows.
Yeah. Yeah, I use slobs, and I can just go full screen and get my chat there, my scenes there, and having two screens helps.
Yeah, he does. I've
Yeah,
one.
well,
Of course, I don't have a room for another one, to be honest.
yeah, I don't have room to put up a third, otherwise I'd have three.
Oh, and I didn't have the lag I usually have either. Yeah, you know what? The temperature calmed down here, for one thing. It's only 29 degrees out right now.
Woohoo!
In Mumby.
Try a tablet, Siobhan.
Oh, I don't need...
It works like an extra screen. Just saying.
I know.
What's
okay,
that?
I lost a... window. How did I lose a window?
I don't know. Where did you put it?
It closed.
Did it?
Yeah.
I'm being an ass.
How can you lose a closed window? They're huge.
No,
I
no,
mean, even if you have like one of those little bathroom-sized ones, it's still hard to lose a window.
Maybe
I lost the
somebody
whole bloody
stole
window.
it.
There we go. I found it.
Okay.
I had to go reopen it.
Okay, shall we get back to the game, people?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, are we starting with
Yep.
the ship, or are we starting with the cutter?
We'll start with the cutter.
Okay.
The launch. About 7 hours after they jump out, alright, you guys are there and you see a large fleet of ships, mostly corvettes and frigates, with a handful of man-o-wars and a couple of dreadnoughts. Alright.
Okay. Noting down exact numbers and passing them directly to Drumland.
Yeah. He was passing them directly to the captain.
Yeah, Ruvel is confirming your numbers. Okay? What you have there is 2 dreadnoughts. Anybody writing this down?
Hang on, give me a moment. Uh-huh.
6 man-o-wars.
Okay.
6 sloops of war.
Uh-huh.
Alright. 10 frigates, 12 corvettes, and a handful of indeterminate number of smaller gunboats and fighters.
Just hard to get an exact count with everything else in the way,
Right.
basically.
Right. You guesstimate 12 gunboats, and maybe that again in fighters.
Okay.
Right. And by fighters, they're basically converted landing ships that somebody stuffed a catapult on.
So like a longboat with a catapult.
Yeah. That's what they got for fighters.
Essentially, get glass cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Daz, you don't want a sloop. Too much work. No, they stole my design.
Okay. They
We're
begin
staying
to.
hidden
Yeah.
in our little crack, as deep as we can go and still peek out, basically.
Yep.
With the,
They basically begin to collect up the dead. Right, the ones they can find. A bunch of them have floated off by this point. All right, and look to recover what they can from the wreckage. You can see basically the small fighter craft moving around and pulling stuff out of the wreckage. All right, and then linking up with the bigger ships and dropping it off, basically. They spend about 3 hours doing that. Right? Which is how you get a good look at all the ships.
yeah.
Right? And then they mark course and jump out. You
Which
can
way
make
are they
a
headed?
navigation check if you want.
Can Madrimlian help?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So that's like a 14.
Yeah, if you had to guess, you'd say that green dot they're jumping towards is Adonia.
Adonia?
Yeah.
Okay. And how's that lay in response to our track towards Draconia?
No, you guys would be going off on a different direction, but the Adonia is, it's not a strategic target. Basically, it's a live world and very hostile to living things.
Okay.
Right, so, and the Illyri basically say go there at your own risk.
Okay. So it's a
Right.
good place. It's a good secondary rally point,
Right,
from what I know of military tactics.
right, that's what I was getting at.
Okay. I'll look over at Ruaville and I'll say, what do you think? Hour? Just make sure that they all went.
Yeah, he says yeah.
All right, we'll scan the sky very full.
Yeah, you guys
That hour.
climb out of the crack a bit and scan around looking for any sign that they left anybody behind or, anything like that they might be spying on you now, so watching for you to leave. Alright, and you may make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, great. Tristan's perception checks. Not good.
I rolled a 16 on the dice, and I get +5, so that's a 21.
Okay. You are actually, you're fairly certain, you're not 100%, but you're 99, that there's nothing here. They left.
Okay.
Right?
I would have left somebody behind, I said to Ruaville, just to...
So would
watch
I,
my
he
back
says.
there, but-
So would I. Yeah.
So let's be careful going out of here. When we
Yeah.
come up out of the crack with the launch, let's go around.
Let's go. Yeah, why don't we take a day and go around the other way?
Go around
What's that?
We're already going to be behind.
Yeah,
And
well,
it's going to be a long slog getting back to Draconia. So.
yeah. Okay.
So that's what we'll do. We'll come up, and I'll pass along the fact that they're going towards Adonia. Looks like a secondary rally point, and we will begin the 2-man, 1-horse ride across the cosmos.
Yep.
London, 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 London.
Yeah, you guys begin your trek. The rest of you, you get the information. There's that many ships. Brianna wrote it down.
Yep.
Right? Of those configurations.
Okay, in the meantime, I've still been going through the logbook. Did they attack Draconia? Is there any record of that?
There is a record that they have had a skirmish with somebody in permafrost space.
In permafrost space. Okay. That's what I wanted to know. But it could have been a raid rather than an occupation?
What's that?
It could have been a raid rather than an occupation?
On permafrost? Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you think that's more likely what it was.
Okay,
They raided them for supplies.
Okay, now I'm going to do what was suggested to us in the first place. I'm going to get in touch with Grandpa! Well, with that,
Yeah?
right? And I'm going to say, let's see, it's 25 words, right?
No. He can hear you, just...
All right, so we'll say his name, and then she says, Dad, I have some important intel that has to reach command as quickly as possible, particularly on Draconia. Let me know if you're willing to take the message and when you're ready, if you are.
Send it. He says, I have an eidetic memory. I don't have to take a message.
Okay, she says, and she'll tell him, you know, you were sent out here to do this. We found these guys. They spoke about a place called Orish. Orish. The number of ships. They've at least done a raid on permafrost. This fleet is headed to Adonia, probably as a secondary rally point, possibly to meet up with more fleet. Right, and the rest of the information we've got. I don't have to detail it all. Do I specifically?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, good.
I assume that you are of a level of a military career that you know how to give a sit rep.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Magellan is going to start handing out tinfoil hats to the crew.
There you go. Might be important. Keep them in your pouches.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, in the meantime, Crowley.
Yes.
After about alright, I'm sorry, I was kept reading the chat. People were alright, after about 10 hours, maybe 12, you're not sure exactly how long has passed.
Okay.
They look to be getting a little antsy. He asked you, do you think we're moving?
I don't know. I did take that rest, so I really... Does it feel like we're moving?
I don't know.
Welcome, Basic Dragon and Raiders.
Basic Dragon Raid! See you later, Luca. Thanks for stopping by. If you're talking, babe, you're muted.
I was saying hello, Raiders. Thank you for the raid, Basic Dragon. Shout out to Basic Dragon. And also check out their Kickstarter. It'll be the second one in this link.
Yeah.
Basic Dragon was on screen with myself and Eli Quake yesterday, and we were doing a triple threat epic team up talking about our Kickstarters, which was awesome. And definitely you should check out their World of Idyll and their neat little e-zine.
I supported it. You should too.
Anyway,
Well-
sorry to interrupt. Carry on.
So Crowley says, well, we might be moving, but if we're not, then, well, we'll be out here in no time.
I think they're late. We gotta be moving, says the other one. Hey, guard, are we moving? I see our guard is calling for a party. Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, that's a good response for the guard. Shut up, I ain't talking to you.
Nice.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, because gravity is all in the ship, right? So you can't feel the ship moving. Right? Not unless you're on deck and you can feel the solar winds and stuff.
Or the ship makes a very abrupt turn.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why we do it nice and slow.
Right.
As the broadside or something. That will get noticed.
Fortunately, they are locked inside the ship and cannot see out.
In Goblin, the half-goblin guy says, "Where you from, Phoenok?"
And Crowley will answer, well, my home is Saphir, but I fear I'll never see it again.
He nods. He says, "Felt that way for many years."
Well, I would go back, but I'm never allowed, so...
I'd go back too, but the elves destroyed my village.
Really? Why would they do that?
Because they're fucking monsters, he says.
How long ago was this?
He says, when I was a boy.
So we're talking 20, 30 years.
He nods.
How many other villages like yours are out there?
He says, enough to form a syndicate. He says, a pact. He says,
Let's see. All this time where they're making it look like, you know, they're the good guys out here. Really,
good guys, because who says? Because they say? He says?
well, yeah, you know what I mean? They try to make themselves smell like flowers and look all pretty and try to be, you know, the elegant ones.
Yeah,
you know,
grass always grows
the hoity-toity-
greener around the outhouse, he says.
I believe all our shit stinks and it all looks brown. Just different shades.
Yeah.
They stink as shit like we stink as shit. And they just look different when we take it.
And I'll tell you what, if they ransom us back, we'll offer for you if you want to come.
Well, that would be mighty obliged on that.
As you and your elf maid.
Well, thank you. She completely makes her own decisions. You know.
Right, he says. He says. She says, I'd be willing to go along. Sorry about that, Chris.
Yeah, I think we'd fit in.
Yeah, pass this information along to the captain.
Well, I believe them, she says. But I wonder who did that.
Yeah.
I didn't think they'd randomly make something like that up to a stranger. Do you? I mean, they might, but...
They might, I don't know. We could have some people on the inside too, but I don't want to trust that either. I don't want to risk our crew members that way.
Yeah, she says.
So Crowley's
No,
got some-
Dazzlecat, you do not speak Goblin. It's not a very common elven language. And what was that, Crowley?
Crowley says to the goblin, so what did they do to the orcs?
Says, same thing. Says they attack them every time they see them. They assume that the orcs are going to be a problem before they are.
So basically goading them into being a problem.
He says, you look at it long enough and it starts to look pretty bad.
No wonder. You know, I didn't see him do too much wrong on this ship. But, you know, I was a stowaway. I was just looking to get to the next port to maybe make a little money there.
Picked the wrong ship. This is a Navy ship. Lucky they didn't recruit ya.
Sweet. Well, you know, it just... Damn. So... Your syndicate. You say they're coming for us?
He says part of it. He says not all of them, of course.
Come on.
He says they signed the Solstice Pact. He says the Solstice Pact is protected Fomorians. He says.
Okay.
Says, but it could include Phoenix.
On behalf of all my peoples, thank you.
He nods. He says, I don't know where your world is, but I've seen Phoenix before. He says, around Issa.
Keep that in mind.
He nods.
I'm not too popular on my world.
He laughs. He says, I'm not too popular either.
But hey, you know, we live with it, eh?
He says, name's Bosun Rock. What's yours?
And give me a moment to come up with a different Phoenix name.
Yeah, okay.
It just popped in my head. Zohan.
Zohan?
Yeah.
Okay. Pleased to meet you, Zohan. Yes.
Pleased to meet you too.
Yes. Hopefully they don't space us on the way.
Well, hopefully, I wish it was under better circumstances, but...
Yep. I hear that elves are prone to not feeding prisoners.
Really?
All right, Von Ven, do you want to deliver their food?
Spreckens English? What was that?
Oh, I'm talking to Von Ven because she was supposed to be the one delivering the food to the prisoners.
Through the mind link, Crowley caught a whiff of what you're gonna do. Crowley's gonna tell you through the mind link that you should just bring everybody meat. It'll be better received, and I will get further. So he continues this conversation with the goblin, and says, I think, I don't know, I haven't heard that about the elves. I heard, they can be, some of them can be reasoned with, and some of them can't. Just like I believed about most races.
I don't believe that. There was no reason with them there, he says. They blew up our ships, killed all our crew, he says. We barely survived.
Is that what those explosions were?
Yep.
And what? Did you guys show aggression, or they just came out of nowhere and blew you up?
Yep. He says, well, to be fair, we are about to declare war on them.
Oh, okay. And then I guess they kind of caught wind of that then.
It's possible, or it's just possible that they're elves and they decided that we as it were goblinoids and deserve to be beaten into submission.
Jeez.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know this captain.
I don't either, but I've talked my way out of a few sticky situations. And, given the chance, I might be able to talk our way out of this one. I don't know how well, but, I just might be able to talk our way out of this somehow, some way.
He nods. I'm willing to give you a shot.
So if I'm able to get an audience with our captor, and maybe talk them into somehow releasing us. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but what are you guys? What can we offer them? I don't have much to offer them.
He says, we got nothing. We're a scout ship. He says, we don't even have intelligence they can use.
Oh.
Forward scout, we were supposed to clear the area to that point. We had done so. We were waiting to link up with our fleet. He says, for the final jump to Adonia to link up with the remaining members of the fleet there to fly into Talasian space.
Okay. Oh, shit. Well,
Yeah,
you know
pass that
what?
information and all the information to the captain.
Right.
I can maybe try and talk our way out of this and bluff her along that, you know what? The goblins had no idea what was going on. You know, I hate to throw your us, but they must know he's an officer.
He nods.
You know, I'm not trying to throw you into the guillotine, my friend. I'll even try and get leniency for you. But I might be able to rescue your crew somehow, some way.
He says to you in very broken goblin. You think he understands about every second word you said. Right? He says, my crew are part of the pact. He says, the pact is most holy. He says, my life is nothing before the glory of the Empire.
You are a true warrior. And in my understanding of their language, I'm just gonna... The translation I want him to hear would be, you're a big warrior.
Okay.
You know, kind of convey the fact that, you know... Alright. Guard! My crime is not that bad. I would like an audience with my captain of this ship.
Okay, about now, Von Vin will come in with the food. She will have went and got some jerky to add to things. I do believe we had a considerable amount of preserved tuna still.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So, well, that's not what she asked the cook to make, and she was given, you know, a specific request, and she can't, you know, say, well, this is no good now, we need something else, right?
Right. Because that's what they have.
That's right. So
you add some cans of tuna to the meal.
I don't dump it like on the top.
No,
it's
no, I
more
mean like
on the
yeah.
side.
Yeah.
It's not rude.
Yes, I understand. Yep. And you bring in their meal. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Dazzlecat, of course, comes to fetch the captain. Says that the Phoenix wants an audience with the captain.
Yeah, get Madrinlian to confirm that this was his excuse to get the fuck out. And are we taking Mariama with us too?
Yeah, I'll check with Crowley.
Crowley lets Madrinlian know that no, this is more to further ourselves in this whole situation. I have some things I want to speak with her face to face about, and this is my one way of making it so that I can come see her and still be put back in my cell and nothing will be known the wiser.
Yep, passes that along.
All right. In that case, have him fetched. Right? Because of course the captain isn't about to go down to the brig.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
No.
No. The bosun comes in.
I'll be clapped in irons and led away.
Yeah, well, he's got irons with him. He says to put your hands through the bars.
Put my hands through the bars.
Yeah, locks manacles on you. Then he opens the cell up, takes you out. Alright?
Okay.
He doesn't put manacles on your feet, you note.
Okay.
Says, Captain wants to see you.
Yes, jailer.
And don't be mouthy. He pushes you ahead of him.
Yeah, walk with my head down, kind of give a glance over to my goblin buddy, and just the slightest of nods as I walk away.
Okay. Yeah, you're taken up to the captain's ready room.
Yep.
As soon as you're off on the main deck, he says to you, like, I'm just gonna leave the cuffs on you. It's easier than putting them back on.
Yeah.
Right. And takes you into the captain. Captain.
Thank you.
Hello,
Wilson,
ma'am.
says.
Now, things have become a little complicated.
Okay.
The Dragon Syndicate are quite a powerful entity, that we call them. Now,
You have confirmation of that, she says?
yes.
What is it, she says?
The Syndicate is a conglomerate of Fomorian.
No, the Solstice Pact is a conglomerate of Fomorians that
Okay, the
includes
Solstice
the
Pact is, yeah, what he said.
Yeah, a conglomerate of Fomorians that includes the Syndicate as
that
a signee.
includes the Syndicate. Now, the Syndicate itself and they were coming to rescue these ones. Now, I am owed a favor, somewhat, by the Syndicate.
Right.
Limited, but still, I'm in their good favor. Now, we could almost use this to our advantage, because I was speaking with one of the goblins, and I told him, I'm going to come talk to you, and I'm a pretty good talker. I said to him that I might be able to somehow swing a conditional release for them, but not the officer. Like, they weren't part of this, and they didn't really know what was going on. They thought they were just hired help for an Orcish ship, and that we can somehow get them off to a port where they'll just disappear. We've gotten the intel out of them that we can, and I will get as much more after I go back to ourselves as I can. But they'll open up a whole lot more if they believe I have secured somewhat freedom for them. Now, you know, I know it's awful to let go of prisoners of war, but we already know that the war is on its way now. So letting these few soldiers go allows me to keep the Phoenix view by the Syndicate as allies, which means in future this may really, really help us. I don't know when or how, but I believe having ties to the Syndicate through me might help us all. And if I can release these guys, that only solidifies it more. They believe a Phoenix of a different name, so it would be multiple Phoenix that have helped them, so as to strengthen my word with the Syndicate.
I see the merit what you have to say, she says.
Now, I said that I probably won't be able to secure freedom for their officer, but maybe leniency. Now, Captain, from what I know of you, you're not about executing people for nothing.
You're right, she says.
That's my position. But I believe we can get more information if we somehow are able to secure.
Phone went sideways there for a minute, and the last of what you said kind of faded out, but I think I get the idea.
And ma'am,
Looks
their
like
next target is Telesia space.
you've confirmed that.
That's what we got from out of Crowley.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That is exactly where they were headed. Now they have some serious firepower with the syndicate on board.
If they're already planning on heading to Talasian space, that means they think they've secured permafrost, she says. You would have to secure permafrost, otherwise it would be leaving a door open behind them.
Maybe they, just after we left, laid waste to the Elven base there. Maybe not. That I can't confirm or deny yet.
Right, she says.
And the ship complement that they have as part of the fleet could have done it.
Yes, they could have, she says. Easily, actually, based on the numbers we got back from Arian and Ruavel. Yeah, if they wanted permafrost, they could have had it. It would be interesting to leave it unguarded, though. So I doubt they've done that. They have to know there'll be a counterattack, so... I mean, nobody can leave permafrost alone. It's the only way out.
Which is probably why they're making haste for Telesia space.
She says... We could meet them at Adonia. That's not my decision, though, she says. That is out of my hands. Our mission is to cause as much damage as possible and bring back the intel that we need, and that's what we're doing. She says, I do see your point about building goodwill. And she says, it's enough that I can talk to their officer anyway, their lieutenant. She says, we're both in a difficult situation here. There's been this altercation, and nobody's declared war.
Okay, now, then that means they're not technically POWs yet, right?
Correct.
Under military law, they're just being detained, so the captain can release them at any point. Until war is officially declared.
She says...
You have that right on your ship, do you not?
She says, it's sticky. It's sticky. She says, me.
I understand it's giving enemy soldiers
I'm actually
freedom.
not worried about that, Crowley. Not at all. She says, from the information you found out, these guys are the small fry. They don't really know anything that they can tell anybody else at this point. And they don't have any information other than what they've given us that we can use. They're small fish, she says. But you're right.
But about their villages and about elven attacks, this is the whole reason they've risen up and come. Is there any truth to that, man?
I don't know, she says to Crowley. I know that Fomorians and elves, Avalonians in general, don't tend to get along where we meet. It might have had something to do with the Navy, and it might not have. We can't take responsibility for every individual planetary settlement out there. We protect them, but
I understand now, but
it depends on how long and bitter the war, wherever they are, has been, she says. I'm not saying I'm cool with it. I'm not.
So there has been an unspoken war. An undeclared, unspoken uneasiness and killing on both sides.
She says,
Sir, if I
maybe...
may, says Oleander, in some places within the Avalonian Empire, it's a spoken war. He says, on my planet Agorna, he says, the elves and the orcs right now, I think, are at peace, but spend most of their time at war.
Okay.
Sorry about the beeping, guys. Getting in
It's
the
okay.
car.
She says, it's difficult because not all individual nations that are on the planets that we protect answer directly to the Navy anymore. She says, and even the ones who do answer conditionally because there hasn't been an Arcarel for generations. The Navy's kind of trying to hold together as best they can. She says,
Okay.
I don't know. I'd like to know more about it. She says, I would like to know more about it. If their village was just randomly attacked, I'm not okay with that. She says, not at all. And if I have any authority to do anything about it, I will. She says. Okay. I'm leaning towards dealing with them favorably. I haven't decided whether or not we can just let them go. That's all, Crowley. I may have to try to make some kind of ransom arrangement, she says, but I will make sure that they do not get killed, okay? That much I can promise.
Captain, what if... I know officially you can't just release them. But what if, I don't know, Goblin I've been getting information from, maybe he and I happen to escape?
No, she says, because I don't know when or if we'll ever be able to pick you up again.
Alright.
She says, I'll see what I can do. That I can do, she says. And I'm not going to let them just get executed randomly. You're right. They're not doing anything they deserve to be executed for, she says. There used to be honor in war. Maybe we can have it again.
Fair enough, Captain.
She gives him a squeeze on the shoulder and says, you're doing a great job. And I'm sure this is really hard on you. I sympathize with them too, she says.
Alright, Captain, I guess we'll head back.
Yeah. Tell him that I said I would think about what you had to say, and that I will probably send for their lieutenant later, she says.
Okay. Alright, Charlie will go back and he'll explain that.
Yeah, Rock just nods and says, thanks. It says, I'm not sure what kind of hope we can get out of elves, but it says, you never know.
Yeah, and I guess he wants to talk to the lieutenant later on. But she sounds like she's seriously considering her options on leniency for us. I asked for all. I couldn't just ask for me and Mariana. I had to ask for all.
Thanks. She says thanks. That's all I can say.
Hey, brother. We're all in this together, right?
He goes, nah, you guys are just stowaways. We're actual soldiers.
Yeah, but, you know, when you talk about these elves, they don't differentiate when it comes to a prisoner.
Yeah. Because unfortunately, that's elves for you. He says, I don't know how long Phoenok lived, but I don't even think elves think that we're even sentient beings. He says.
Well, the average is about 1,000 of their years.
Yeah, so you live like an elf does.
Well, I definitely don't eat flowers and sit on golden crappers.
Yeah.
But so if you don't mind me asking, your village there that unfortunately was accosted and attacked.
That was
Did
destroyed.
did they have? What was their reasoning?
We were encroaching upon civilized lands.
Encroaching upon civilized land. The
Yep.
lands that probably your ancestors and your ancestors' ancestors have been farming and living on for, probably the last 20,000 years.
This is mostly hunting on. He says, we're goblins. We live on a very highly meat diet. He says, which is why this meal is sort of insulting. He says, at least they put some fish with it.
Well, yeah, not much for the nuts and berries, but
Yeah.
although the nut, they're not that bad, but I can't eat too many of them.
Yeah, I can't eat them at all. He says they just make me gag. He says.
But the fish, it seems pretty good. They could have just given us, I guess, a bowl of plant.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, Crowley doesn't mind fish. Crowley thinks
No.
fish are great plant.
Well, they don't mind fish. It's just not enough of it as far as they're concerned.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
And Mariama's probably going, I like this.
Vaughn actually waited while people ate and took dishes and stuff back, and she made notes of what did and did not get eaten.
Basically, all the fish got eaten. Mariama ate everything you gave her, right? Because she's a Marine, right? And Crowley ate he ate all the fish and some of the nuts and yeah.
Okay.
But
she'll come back with more fish.
The orc lieutenant ate the whole plate, right? Like plate and all. No,
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, but he ate everything.
The plate like the other Marine did.
Like he cleaned the plate like a soldier.
Yeah.
Right. And the goblin human, right, tried to eat some of the berries, but doesn't look like he made much headway at him. You don't think the three goblins even tried to eat a nut or a berry?
Yep. She'll come back with some more fish and maybe a side of jerky to vary it up a little.
Okay.
Because they have a policy actually of not letting their prisoners starve.
Well, you fed them enough. Like, there's been enough food. If they're not active, they don't need to have, 3,000 calories, right?
Okay.
Yeah. They've eaten more than enough to survive a day on.
Fair enough, then.
Yeah.
Or just next time, she'll bring things more appropriately.
Yep.
Based on what seems to have been people's preferences, and go from there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think that's about where we should put it up. Alright. Big scenes are done, and we'll have to start on a new scene if we start, and we got 15 minutes. What do you guys figure?
That sounds good.
It is a little early, but everybody is tired, and I think you're
Yeah,
right.
I'm really tired, guys. That's my,
Yep.
like, without an excuse for anyone else, I'm really tired.
Yeah, what else? What happens to Ruvel and Arian on the way back? And, can we kind of loop around and meet up with them now that I've reported the proper information to Dad?
Yeah.
Who can get that information where it needs to go, right? I mean, it means we don't have to fuck off into the ether, right? We can catch up with them. So,
Right.
but this is fraught with risk, right? Plus, I'm going to have to talk to the lieutenant and all this other stuff. So, yeah. Yeah,
I do want to roleplay a little bit of what goes on with Ruvel and Arian, because I think that could be cool.
I think it could be as well. Yeah.
Yep.
And besides, they might get into some shit.
You never know.
Or into each other's faces.
Yep.
That too.
Lots of
Any other
small
thoughts,
space,
guys?
man.
Well, I would assume that if me and Ruva are similar enough that if we get tetchy and there was something to go beat on, we'd just go beat on it.
Yeah. We start getting touchy and something
touchy?
shows up. We start getting touchy and something
Tetchy.
shows up with a titchy. And something shows up, we'll just beat it up.
Yep.
Then we'll feel better and continue on our way. Hopefully it's a fish and we'll eat it too.
You can always send Karak to hunt one up. And then you can beat it and eat it.
Yep. Okay, so how do you guys
Oh,
feel
it's
about
been fun, guys.
Let's do the round of, where's everyone at? Are we good? Are we enjoying the game?
Indeed. Gesundheit.
Excuse me.
Lurik,
Bless
you didn't
you.
get much play in this time. I'm going to try and figure out some way to get you more involved next time. I do have a way, by the way, and it has to do with something you guys are going to find in their stuff. Now that you shook them out. I just didn't get a chance to bring it up in this session. So, Brianna, remind me at the beginning of next session that Lurik finds something interesting in their stuff.
Not a problem. I will put that into my report.
Right?
Okay. Well, I had a good time.
I love having a live audience.
Yeah.
Yeah? It's
Yeah.
cool.
Esong asked, tell them how we feel. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
I-
You guys are making the game fun, too.
Yeah, you guys make the game fun. No,
Oh,
the
yeah.
shark is on the launch with them. The shark would not leave Arian that far behind.
Yeah, and actually that's kind of, that's a thing I took into account, right?
Yeah.
If anything happens, something breaks, they have to, hang tight for a while.
Yeah.
Karak can help them find food or whatever, right?
Very true.
And they do have a fun.
I'm proud of Celine. She made her
Gabriel.
first. She made her
Commands.
first major command decision when she had contradictory advice from a variety of people.
Well done, folks. That's your next level, by the way.
Woot!
Woo! I know what I'm
Yay!
taking.
We made a level, and that means next time there will be a raffle. Guess that's how that works.
Yep.
Like I said, I know what I'm taking since I've been working on it all this level pretty much.
Scion?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
Yep, so, don't miss next week, because it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Fine, tune in next week when you find out, do they go back or do they go forward? Does Arian and Ruabel get into a fist fight and have to go eat a fish?
Tune in next week when you hear Arian say... Okay.
Yep, that's about it, folks.
Oh my god.
Well, you'll be here in spirit, right, Doppelcat?
Actually, it'd probably be
Telling
something
him
more
past
along the
stories
lines of... It'd probably be something more along the lines of, well, ma'am, I regret to inform you.
Accurate, I believe it. That's great.
Yeah, Jazz has that epic game session that day, she thinks, and she's going to miss. But you can always watch the VOD, and we will miss you because you're our favorite miscreant crew member.
Yeah.
You're fun. You're fun.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's roll credits. Thanks, everyone, for joining us.
Rolling. Credits, they are rolling. Alright. Need some music?
Music.
Cue the music.
Next stream starting in all aboard. Next stream is starting at 2 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday. That will be Brain. 2 p.m. Brain, 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UTC, 10 p.m. in the UK, and 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Time. All right. Toy Soldiers Old School is game mastered by Aaron Reed, based on the Toy Soldiers Saga universe, created by Diane Morrison. Audio is provided by Google Meet, as well as video. Sound effects and ambience provided by Sirenscape. Music provided by White Sand. Check out his Patreon at patreon.com/whitesand. Mapping software provided by Campaign Cartographer 3 Plus, Incarnate, and World Spinner, with adaptations in Adobe Photoshop. Gaming software provided by Fantasy Grounds, Hero Lab, and World Anvil. Check out our campaign at www.worldanvil.com/w/Toy Soldier Saga. Distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution License. Oh, and I'm sorry. Character graphics provided by Hero Forge. I missed my note there. Distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution License, the Toy Soldier Saga is copyright 1995 by Diane Morrison. All rights reserved. Foundry VTT is listed.
Yeah, we're learning it, and we'll be switching to it from Fantasy Grounds when I learn it better. That's why it's their e-song.
This is an hour later than the previous.
It's not yet in the script. It's just, it's a backup software.
Yeah. Alright, we are rating Coffee Quills. When you get there, feel free to yell, "Prepare to be boarded," because we are the Sable's Privateers. Thank you very much for joining us for our game tonight, and we will see you next week with a raffle.
Waffle!